I got one. Nice. Hey, fellas. How's it going there,
Good to
Rick?
see you guys.
Good to see you, John. Good to see you.
Man?
Good, good, good. Welcome back to the D. How's it going?
Oh, I love it here, man. This is the best lake in the whole country.
Yeah, you ready? We got big front moving in. The water temps are primed. I think we're going to have a heck of a day casting out there. It's been good, so
Let's make it happen.
Amen. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Trophy Fish Hunter is brought to you by Castaic Swim Baits, the original swim bait company, American Tackle Company, Reaction Strike, #1 in swim baits, Bulldog Rods, tough as a dog and that ain't no bull, Vicious Fishing, Ducket Fishing, Power Pole Shallow Water Anchor, Fish Hard, Stormer, V&M, give the fish what they really want.
So what do you think today, Matt? Looks like one of those prototypical perfect musky days.
You know, it really does. And I think it will be. We've had a series of different fronts that have been coming in and out. And really, hopefully it spikes. Yesterday we had a real hot day.
Yep.
So with this front coming in, hopefully it'll be, you know, phenomenal.
Should be a good day. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's and the same thing. It's either you're going to catch them right coming into this front and they're going to be really active, or they're going to be a little lethargic in the morning. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be really hot early. So you know, I expect big things today. I mean,
Right.
really, you can't be. We had that big cold front coming in. That slowed things down. So I mean, it's really on the uphill from now.
Yeah,
so.
it's like a totally different day today from yesterday, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was hot and sticky yesterday. The fish were going, right?
Yeah, they were going.
Yeah, and it's still hot. We got a front coming in. It's supposed to cool down. Tomorrow's high is supposed to be 70. It's already 75 right now. So, I mean, you're going to have this cold front move in, and that usually spurs some activities. Some barometric change going on. There's also, you're going to have some low light conditions during the midday, and it usually is productive, pretty productive, especially casting. You
Good.
know? So, yeah, it's good. This is a very, very dynamic fishery, Lake St. Clair. 260,000 acres, average is 11 feet, deepest part's 20. The water's incoming. It's part of the Great Lakes system. It connects Lake Huron down to the St. Clair River, down to Lake St. Clair, and then right out the Detroit River to Lake Erie. So it's a massive, massive body of water. Very influenced through the cold water coming down from Lake Huron. It's an unbelievable resource, unbelievable fishery. All right, so you're gonna cast it out, then you just get it started. Just a couple pulls, but don't leave any slack. Just a couple pulls, and then a steady retrieve. Then once you get your retrieve in, you're gonna look for your figure eight, a big wide figure eight. And you can get the rod tip right down in, nice and wide like that. So that's basically, so real quick, you're just going to come back like this, John.
Yep.
Launch it up, stop the spool, get it started, get your rod tip down. Then you're just going to give it a couple sweeps.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Yep.
I guess my word of advice is, if anything doesn't feel the same, if anything changes, if the weight of the lure goes away, if you feel a little bit of heaviness on the lure, set the hook. As Kat said, hook sets are free. So if you're in doubt, set the hook. A lot of times the strike, there's no missing it. I mean, they just smoke it, and it's violent, and it kind of sometimes catches you off guard because you get in a groove, you're making cast after cast with these big heavy baits, and it can get kind of physically demanding after a while. But yeah, the key is if If you feel something different, set the hook, because it could be a fish.
There's really no bad way, but if you drop that rod tip too fast and it hits it then, you're probably going to miss the fish. That's the only bad really thing that you can do wrong with those.
One of the keys in musky fishing, you notice what we're using here. There's no subtlety to it. We've got big three-tail or single-tail baits or big heavy paddle-tail baits. We've got heavy-duty rods. I mean, this particular one right here, this rod's rated to 40 ounces. This is a Musky Innovations Bulldog rod, 40 ounces. But the biggest mistake that I think, people just not setting the hook hard enough. If you're not an experienced musky guy, what you may define as a hard hook set is probably not hard enough. Because, you've got these fish with hundreds of teeth in their mouth, and they clamp down on these rubber baits. It's really hard to make movement. You've got to move the bait in the fish's mouth, not just move the fish's head. So you really got to set the hook hard. A lot of times these baits come back and there's 10, 15 big deep slices in them in the rubber. So it's that's probably the biggest thing is use a rod that's stiff enough and heavy enough that you can get some real powerful hook sets on the fish, and then just slam them as hard as you can when they hit it.
Come on, come on, come on.
Oh!
Keep them down, keep them down.
That's beautiful, man. Wham!
You got it dialed in that these fish are wanting that small XRM.
Yeah, nice. That's a stud right there. Shallow running jerkbait called an XRM 100. It's a reaction strike jerkbait. Hey, that's a nice fish for sure. Nice fish.
Bulldog rods feature a series of 12 rods designed by the best of the best in the industry. All the tools a serious bass fisherman would ever need. Whether you're a touring pro or a weekend warrior, these rods are for you. Each blank features Japanese Toray carbon fiber and gives these rods incredible feel, lightness, and power. With a no questions asked warranty, unmatched look, durability, and sensitivity that has to be felt to be believed, they are priced to sell, built to last. Bulldog rods, tough as a dog. That's no bull.
Introducing the Microwave Line Control System by American Tackle, the most efficient casting system on the planet. It uses the latest in line guide technology to improve accuracy and add distance to each cast. A two-stage conical design primary guide captures and controls fishing line to straighten coils, reducing friction and maintaining line speed during the cast. It's so effective that it requires less energy to deliver the smoothest, most accurate long-distance casts possible.
Castaic, the company that invented the swim bait lure category, introduces the most lifelike series of fishing lures on the market today. With jointed, paddle tail, and straight body designs, Castaic has it all. Castaic lures will entice the most stubborn fish to bite. Available in an array of sizes, shapes, and a multitude of colors, Castaic has the perfect lifelike lure for the job. So if you're ready to get your hands wet, pick up a Castaic lure today.
Usually when I'm out guiding, I like to get two clients up front, or whoever I'm fishing with up front. And what we do is, if we got some wind like this, we utilize a drift sock. The drift sock will slow our drift down. Then we have one guy throwing off the front, and he'll usually throw like parallel to the waves all the way over to 45 degrees. The guy in the middle will do from that 45 to the back, and then I'll cast backwards. So it sort of gives, you're covering a huge swath of water that way. It's almost like planer boards. If the guy in the front is casting out front and I'm casting out back, we're covering, 100 and probably 10 feet between all the casts and stuff. And the middle guy's got everything in the middle.
Oh, I'm on.
Nice.
Step up.
Nice, nice, nice.
Eat.
Oh!
Keep him down, keep him down.
Nice.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Fantastic.
Okay.
Rookie
one.
puts it down. That's
Nice.
beautiful, man. Just wham! Oh. Like you said, something's going to feel different.
Yeah. That was awesome, man.
That's a decent fish, too.
Yeah, it is. It's a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, first casting Lake St. Clair Musky. Beautiful, man. Just beautiful. Just beautiful.
That's a great way to start the day. 10 minutes into the day, we got a fish on in the boat already, quality fish. This is awesome. Only on Lake St. Clair can you do this. This is just an amazing place.
Yeah, we're on, just like Catfish said, you know, we're throwing it out there. I'm reeling a slow, steady retrieve, giving it a couple pulls, slow, steady retrieve, and all of a sudden, boom! And, you know, hit him hard and then just put the wood to him and, you know, as much heat on it as I could, get it back in as quick as I could. This is beautiful. This is wonderful. Any happier, and I'm going to have to hire people to help me enjoy it, man.
That's awesome, John.
That's awesome.
I know you've caught muskies before, but not a lot casting. And it's just such an exciting thing. That's why muskie fishing is so addictive. You're throwing these big giant baits that most people would just laugh at if they saw. And man, when that fish hits, there's nothing, in freshwater, there's nothing more exciting than the strike and fight of a muskie. Phenomenal. And then you got St. Clair, you got gin clear water. A lot of times you see these fish come right up, and a lot of times you're bringing the bait up and then this big white mouth opens up. I mean, it's just an addictive sport for sure.
A lot of this is eliminating water on your drifts, you know, watching your finder to find out where the bait is, and then also the hits and follows you see. So on a lake this big, I mean, it's just imperative to really pay attention to where you're seeing fish, seeing bait, and staying on those spots, because that's the one thing that you know about muskies is that they got to be around food. So bait's very, very important here, and there'll be giant schools of bait out here and you'll find multiple fish.
This is a bait by Reaction Strike called a shad clone. That one's in crappie color. It's actually a really cool bait. It's a hard body. This is all hard plastic all the way to here, but then it gets soft here and it's got that split tail, so it's got great action. You can hear it's got a little bit of rattle in there, and then it's got this diving bill. So it's kind of like a hybrid crankbait. We'll give it a whirl, see what happens.
You know what? You always want to be changing up here. You never know what the fish want, and I just went to something. We've been keeping our baits up high because yesterday we were getting them high. Our first fish came on a shadzilla, probably running maybe 3 or 4 feet down, maybe, depending on how slow he's reeling. But I just went to gonna try a tube out, and they're very, very erratic. And sometimes when the fish are neutral or negative, you can get them to strike just because they're so erratic and fly up. It's like an easy meal. It's more of a finesse technique versus like a glider or something slow, but sometimes it's very, very effective. So never know, it might work. Yeah, I started out with 3 different baits, and we're just trying to narrow down what these fish want.
We're not getting a lot of activity on the traditional rubber style baits with the single or multiple tails. So we're just playing around, covering a lot of water, fishing as hard as we can, trying different stuff.
Oh, I got one.
Nice.
Keep him.
There it is.
Somebody get the net here. Feels like a good one.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Oh God, it's a good fish, dude.
Big.
It's a big one.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There we go. There we go. Oh, God. Wow.
Get it nice. Catfish.
Whoa, whoa. Nice.
Oh my gosh, that was the first cast with the tube.
Yeah.
Holy moly. First cast.
Boy, that thing ate it too, boy. Just thumped it on the drop. You get these gloves on here so I don't get all scarred up.
You didn't think it was a big one either, huh?
No,
it swam right with you the whole time, and then at the very end, then it jump it right at the side of the boat.
Yeah,
cool.
no, that was good. Tools, always have your tools right close.
Nice fish. That's 2 fish. It's not even 10 o'clock. We've been hammering it, throwing baits. Cat just tried a different bait, put on a tube, bam, first cast. Unbelievable.
Nice. It's real important to always get your thumb. You can see where my thumb is to get it inside because the biggest teeth are right there. So we better get this baby back in.
Absolutely.
Let her grow. See ya.
Nice.
Nice.
You know, we've been out here about 5 hours slinging big giant baits all day. We've got 2 nice fish to show for it, but it's starting to get a little bit nasty. Looks like a storm's coming in. So stay tuned. Right after the break, we're going to show you another way to catch big muskies on this incredible body of water, Lake St. Clair.
Hey, fish. Outside board, get it.
Oh, man. Feels huge.
What if I told you there's a small diameter leader that's impossible to kink and you can tie with a standard clinch knot? It's called Not Too Kinky. It's made of nickel titanium. You can't make it kink and it ties like mono. And it stretches so you'll land more fish. Not Too Kinky won't corrode so you can use it in saltwater or fresh. Unkinkable is no longer unthinkable. Revolutionary Not Too Kinky. Learn more at nottookinky.com. Not Too Kinky. No kinks ever.
That's why we do V&M.
Whopper Stopper Musky Charters, we run 2 different boats, and one of the biggest benefits of these big boats is spreading out the rods. We got a first mate that helps out, so you're allowed 2 rods per person in Canada, 3 rods per person in Michigan waters. That way you can end up running a lot of different rods.
You look at this setup, it's really incredible. You got a big planer board out each side at roughly 45 degrees behind the boat, roughly 100 or so feet out on the cable. And then from there, you run clips, release clips that slide all the way down. So you put your first board rod all the way to the end, and then you keep staggering them roughly every 20 feet or so up the line. So we're covering roughly 60, 70 feet that way, 60, 70 feet that way, plus behind the boat, about every 20 feet. It's just an unbelievable way to cover a lot of water, and at the same time, we're covering from about a foot down to about 10 feet down in a 12-foot depth section of the lake. So it's just absolutely unbelievable how much ground you can cover. You find that needle in a haystack, and then once you find it, you just keep repeating.
Hey, fish. Outside board, outside board, get it.
Oh, man. Feels huge. Just another day fishing with Matt Firestein.
Out of gear.
Okay, you got him.
Keep coming.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Another solid, fat, giant fish.
Oh, man.
Whopper Stopper.
That's how we roll.
And he's off again. I mean, I tell you, it's amazing. These fish have these monster teeth and huge jaws, and they crush down on these baits. Second you get them in the net, they're gone.
Fish has been eaten.
It's on. Look how fat that fish is.
Here, let me
that
get
fish
him.
has several pounds of shad in its gut.
Wow.
That is a trophy right there. That's what we're after here at Trophy Fish Hunter. Big, giant muskie. Gotta love it.
Out here on St. Clair, we really try to protect our fisheries. We do a lot of things to try to ensure that those fish go back. As soon as we get them in the net. We've got some of the biggest live well pumps you can get. So we get the fish inside the live well. It's pumping good fresh water into them. We make sure they're good, stable, upright. It's really would be cutting our throat if we didn't do everything possible to ensure that they go back in the best health that they can. Yeah, baby.
Incredible.
Big fish.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. This feels like I got to...
Let him run.
Yeah. I can't get anything on it. I can't get anything
Don't
on it.
hurry. He's got a bunch of hooks in his mouth.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable power.
Take it out of here?
Yeah, take it out. He's trying to spit it.
Yeah.
Ready?
No.
Not even close. I gotta get this weight
Okay,
up.
we can go all the way to the weight and back up about 5 feet. Keep breathing.
That is awesome. Catfish.
Awesome
Alec,
fish.
you guys are incredible, man. Incredible.
It's a beauty right there, John. That's a solid fish. 42-incher. Another awesome Lake St. Clair muskie. 43-incher.
Whether it's catching a $100,000 fish or missing the cut by an ounce, your days are defined by the memories you make. It's these moments, vicious moments, that you will remember. Vicious. You define it.
Bulldog rods feature a series of 12 rods designed by the best of the best in the industry. All the tools a serious bass fisherman would ever need. Whether you're a touring pro or a weekend warrior, these rods are for you. Each blank features Japanese Toray carbon fiber and gives these rods incredible feel, lightness, and power. With a no questions asked warranty, unmatched look, durability, and sensitivity that has to be felt to be believed, they are priced to sell, built to last. Bulldog rods, tough as a dog. That's no bull.
Castaic, the company that invented the swim bait lure category, introduces the most lifelike series of fishing lures on the market today. With jointed, paddle tail, and straight body designs, Castaic has it all. Castaic lures will entice the most stubborn fish to bite. Available in an array of sizes, shapes, and a multitude of colors, Castaic has the perfect lifelike lure for the job. So if you're ready to get your hands wet, pick up a Castaic lure today.
Got him. In the net. That's a nice one right there. Awesome. That didn't take very long.
Come on, people now. That is awesome.
The thing I like about Lake St. Clair is it's the kind of place you can take people that don't get a chance to go musky fishing every single day or or maybe just a couple times a year. You know, you go musky fishing a couple times a year on a normal body of water, that means you're going to catch no fish that year, and probably the next year and the next year. But out here, you can come out here in one day and rack up impressive numbers, the kind of numbers that would take a month to do on your typical body of water. There's just a lot of fish here, and the techniques that we're using today are conducive for catching large numbers and good quantities of fish. Fish, we're on. Oh man, feels huge. This place is unbelievable. We've been trolling for a couple of hours. We've had five rips already. There's number 5 right here.
Look at that. That's a nice fish.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. I'm backing up. Coming right to you.
Get him.
Awesome.
Nice fish.
Another good one. No, he just came right in. That was beautiful.
There he's off. There he's off.
Yeah. Another awesome Lake St. Clair muskie. 43-incher, fat all the way through. He's been pounding bait. Huge fish. We're going to put him back. This place is unbelievable. You got to get up to St. Clair. If you like catching big toothy fish, you got to hook up with Whopper, Stopper, Musky charters. Get up to Lake St. Clair. This place is absolutely unbelievable. This has been an incredible day, but by no means an unbelievable day. I mean, this stuff happens all the time up here. This is just an incredible lake.